比亚迪、长城汽车、长安汽车、广州汽车、蔚来、武林、吉利、吉祥航空公司、小鹏、理想汽车. Chinese auto brands, we see them everywhere, well, at least here in Thailand. What do they all mean? And even more importantly, how do you pronounce them? Now, in the past, you might remember I've put out clips how to pronounce famous Chinese brand names, phone brands like Xiaomi or Huawei. So today, responding to your requests in the comment section, how do you pronounce these Chinese car names? We're going to go through the top Chinese brands and look at how they're pronounced in English, look at how they're pronounced in Chinese. And actually, when you look at these brands, they're really fascinating. There are plays on words, there are in-jokes, and there's just general Chinese knowledge that maybe the outside world doesn't know about. BYD. Now, many people know that this first brand that we're going to look at, by the way, if you want to come in and do this along with me, you can go to crackinglanguage.com, and this is my Tone Master tool. And so as we do it, let me just pull a new tone up. I'll save the changes on that. You'll see here we have numbers. So I'll put a number 1 in. Because Chinese is a tonal language, that means the meaning of the word will change depending on the tone of your voice. Now, part of tones are pitch. And so if I put a 1 in here, that's the lowest part of my voice. If I put a 5 in here, that's like the highest part of my voice when I'm in normal speech. And 3 is normal voice. So we've got low voice, high voice, normal voice. And so a 2 would be somewhere between 1 and 3, so about there. And a 4 would just be above normal voice, but not quite the highest voice. And so if I wanted to represent the sound from the lowest point to the highest point, I just do 1-5. Likewise, if I wanted to go I could just do a 5-1. So as we go through this, when you see these numbers or the pitch contours, that's how they work, and that's how, in at least Mandarin, they'll be pronouncing these. So the first brand, BYD. Many people, even the West, may know that this stands for Build Your Dreams. But the Chinese characters don't actually mean that. You can see here, 比亚迪, 比亚迪. So the owner of this brand, or the founder of this brand, wanted to write the name actually in English, Build Your Dreams, and then came up with 3 syllables in Chinese that kind of represented this. So 比亚迪, 比 doesn't actually mean build, 比 just means to compare, 亚 means Asia. So that would be giving it this Asian flavor. And then D is often used as a sound component. So if you were actually going to write Build Your Dreams, you can just come up here to the top and you'll see this button with a little character here. It means you can practice your writing. You'd probably do something like this. This is the character 住, okay? And so 住 means to build. And then the word for dream, which is 梦 would mean build a dream, and then maybe something like the future, 未来. So 筑梦未来 maybe is a good Chinese meaning of build your dreams. 比亚迪, build your dreams. So you can see 比 going down, then 亚迪, 比亚迪. If you've learnt Chinese formally and you're thinking, well, wait a minute, we're taught that the tone is actually from this number to this number. When you're actually speaking, tones actually get life to them, and so the exact pitch contours will start to morph with tone sandhi. So sometimes if you see my tone contours don't match the exact tones of individual characters in books, that's why. Next brand, GWM. So many people know this as Great Wall Motors, and you'll see this Changcheng. Wait a minute, that doesn't mean Great Wall. But if you translate each word there, Chang means long, Cheng means city, the long city, how's that Great Wall? Any Chinese person will know that the Great Wall of China is actually called Changcheng, the long city. And so Great Wall Motors, they've used the English translation of Changcheng, Great Wall, GW, and motors again from English. The word for motor in Chinese is actually 汽车. So appending the end of many of these Chinese brand names, you'll see the word 汽车. 汽车 means automotive or motors. Qi means air, che means a car, so qi is a car or motors. And so moving on from Changcheng or GWM, Great Wall Motors, we have Changan. I put this here because we have this same character, Chang. Now notice Chang normally comes from a 2 up to say a 4 or 5, but because we're moving to an here, so Changan. Now an would normally be practiced at a 5 to 5 tone, but when you're actually saying it, Changan, Changan, the an drops a little bit lower in reality. So Changan. And I get it. If you're not a Chinese speaker, you mightn't think that these pitch contours are that important. But if you are saying them in Chinese, pitch contours are very important, and shifting the pitch contour will shift the meaning. So Changan, Changan, Changan Motors. And Changan is actually a place in China. So this has probably come from Chang'an in China. And so you have Chang'an, Chang means long, An means peace, like Tian'anmin, the heavenly peace, Tian heaven, An heavenly peace, Chang'an long peace. So Chang'an Chiche, Chang'an Motors. Guangqi. Now you can see this is going down Guang. This is actually a number 3 tone, but what happens is your 3 tone, which would normally be, say, I can draw it in here, say a 2, 1, 4. That would be Guang. When it comes to actually saying it, you don't say the full tone. So that just drops there at the bottom of your voice. So Guang. And then Qi. So Guangzhou, from Guangzhou, China, Qiche. So they just take the first portion of Guangzhou and the first portion of Qiche, meaning motors, and you get Guangqi. Guangqi is Guangzhou Motors. And the word Guang actually means broad or wide. We have the same word in Thai, Guang. It's a cognate there. Guangzhou Qiche, Guangqi, Guangzhou Motors. Next brand, this is super innovative. So you see NIO, it almost looks futuristic, NIO, and it kind of looks like an Asian word. So if you don't speak Chinese, maybe you think that NIO is just a Chinese word. Well, it's not. And you know in Pinyin, you don't use an O anyway. But NIO, when you think of NIO, maybe you're thinking of the Matrix, something new, something sort of sci-fi. What it actually is in Chinese is 未来. Now, this again is another level of playing on words. So you can see from this sort of 5 to 3, 未来. So 未 means like luxurious, this very rich kind of feeling, and 来 means to come. So rich or very luxurious things coming. However, the word for future in Chinese is also 未来. It's a different way. So in saying 未来, future, it also has this double meaning that luxurious or wonderful things are going to come to you in the future as well. So the meaning from the Chinese is probably new things. You're going to get new, wonderful, luxurious things coming in the future. So NIO isn't a Chinese word, but it's built upon this double meaning Chinese word that they have 未来, meaning luxurious things, but also coming from the future. So NIO 未来. Wuling. So you can see this is a U. Now again, this is another case where we have this tone sandhi. So normally you might see something like this, U, when you learn the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, because this is a number 3 tone, we knock this bit off, so it just goes to U. And then this is a number 2 tone, ling. And so when we put them together, it turns to Wuling. You could probably even cut that little break in the voice out. Wuling. So that means 5 diamonds. Now, is there another car brand out there that has diamonds in it? Mitsubishi, 3 bishi diamonds in Japanese, but if you look at the Chinese characters, you would know. In Thai, we also have that word from Sanskrit because this goes back into the holy book. So you have Traipet, Mitsubishi, 3 diamonds, but here we have 5 diamonds, Wuling. So maybe that's like a knockoff of Mitsubishi, but doing it the Chinese way. And if you have a look at the logo, you can kind of get that. Now, this is one, if you're a native English speaker, you look at this and you probably say Jili. And it kind of sounds like the Chinese word for it. And I don't know, it kind of looks like a happy word. But if you look at the Chinese, you have this word here, ji, that's a number 2 tone, ji, li are the benefits or the profits, the wonderful things that you're going to get from something. So ji li, the auspicious benefits that you will get from driving this car. So ji li, not ji li, but ji li. You will often see this character here, this ji character, representing anything auspicious. Also in New Year's greetings, you will often see this character pop up. Now I've put this one in here. This is not a car brand, but it's got this same ji character. And this is ji xiang. So ji, auspicious, xiang, also kind of auspicious, but they translate it as Juneyao Airlines. So Juneyao Airlines is actually pronounced in Chinese Jixiang Hangkong. Hangkong is airline. It's not a car brand, but it's using this one here, and it demonstrates how often the name that we see in English doesn't even represent the word in Chinese. This next brand you may have seen around, this is Xpeng, Xpeng. Now, many people say Xpeng if you're reading it from English, but when you get this Peng in Chinese, it's pronounced peng. And because it's this character, it's a number 2 tone. So that's coming up like this, peng, peng, peng. And again, we have this number 3 tone, which would normally be something like this. So xiao, like in Xiaomi phones. But because it goes to this number 2 tone, you knock that 3 out and it just joins on. So that becomes xiaopeng. Xiaopeng. And so often you'll see this word xiao put before somebody's name. So this is somebody probably called Peng. It's a surname. So Xiaopeng is an affectionate name for somebody called Peng. So Xiaopeng, not Xpeng. And so the next one we're going to do is Li Auto. So the auto part is usually always going to be 汽车, meaning car or automotive motors. So we can take the 汽车 or auto part away and have a look at the other portion of 理想汽车. So this first word here, li, now you can see both of these words are actually number 3 tones. So that would be like this. This is like a number 3, or say like that, and then 2, 1, 4. But nobody says li xiang. You don't pronounce that whole thing because a tone is not just pitch contour. It's what your throat's doing. So what the number 3 tone actually is the throat ramping right down to the bottom and then releasing. But what happens when you have other syllables? This first one turns into a li. So it's almost a number 2 tone. So we can take this, say, 3 to 5. And then you hit the bottom portion of the second word. So that becomes li. I put an apostrophe there to have a break. And then I go there. And so it becomes li xiang. And it might have a little bit of an uptick at the end, but basically li xiang. That's how you pronounce Li Auto. So li xiang qi che. Now this word here, li, means like wisdom or knowledge, and xiang are thoughts or hopes. And so it has this kind of aspiration for wisdom kind of feel. So Li Auto, li xiang qi che. So let's just go through all of them once more. I'll say the English name, then the Chinese name. BYD, Build Your Dreams. BYD. GWM, Great Wall Motors or Changcheng汽车. Changan Motors or Changan 汽车. GAC, Guangzhou Automotive Company or Guangzhou 汽车. NIO, 未来. Wuling, which literally means 5 diamonds, which is maybe a play on 3 diamonds, Mitsubishi. Jili in English, actually, Jili or auspicious benefits. Juneyao Airlines, so not an auto company here, but I have the Ji character, so Jixiang or Jixiang Hangkong 公司. Juneyao Airlines, Jixiang Airlines. Xpeng or Xiaopeng. Notice X is sh, not z. It's a sh sound, so Xpeng, Xiaopeng. And I might say that also kind of sounds like Xiaopengyo, your little friend that you'll often call little kids when you meet them. Xiaopeng. They're your friend, but Peng is a surname here. And then finally, Li Auto or Li Xiang Qi Che, automobiles that promote the thoughts of wisdom or wise thoughts. Li Xiang Qi Che. So I hope that helps. I don't know where the line is where you pronounce the Chinese words correctly as opposed to just pronouncing them as though you were an English speaker. I think it lies somewhere in between. It also depends on what English you speak. But in any case, now you have more knowledge to make up your decision how you're going to pronounce these Chinese brand names. You can come in and play around with these tools. I actually have all of the Mandarin tones in here. Oh, this is Qieyun, so this is like Cantonese and older Chinese. But if you go to Hanyu Pinyin, you see I have this consonant compass here, so you can actually learn all of your pinyin and practice writing the characters at the same time. So you can come in here and practice your characters if you are learning Chinese. The way I've built it, it also auto detects that it's Chinese. And so you'll also get all these different forms of Chinese characters. So you can even practice the handwriting forms of the characters as well. So swing by crackinglanguage.com. If you've just come here for the Chinese car names, well, there you go. But maybe it's inspired you to learn a bit of Chinese as well. If you saw value in this clip, click like, subscribe, and hit the bell as well so you get notified. I'm Stuart J. Raj. I'll see you on the other side.